Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So today's video is all about the remainder of 2020 and what you can expect, what is in store for you personally. So I'm going to be getting as many details and going as much in depth into your messages as possible. So really take your time picking a pile today. I'll be adding crystals for you guys to help choose visually, as well as I'll be using sound to help you guys pick which pile resonates with you the most. So one thing that I wanted to address is that if you guys picked a pile just based off of the thumbnail, I'm not actually going to be using the smaller tuning forks here because they just sound way too similar. The smaller tuning forks, they sound way too similar on camera, I think, in my opinion. So instead of using the smaller tuning forks, I'm going to be using some other notes, some other instruments here, so you guys will see that when we get to the meditation. But I just wanted to clear that up from the thumbnail. Okay, so before we get to the meditation, let me just address really quickly as well that I started to add my email address for you guys to reach me personally if you wanted to, and I apologize because I totally forgot that I still have my automated messages turned on. So for those of you that send an email, you're getting responses from that kind of like bot system. So I've turned it off and I'm still getting back to you guys' emails. I'll be taking some time tomorrow and the rest of this week to respond to those. Okay, so thank you guys for being patient with me and for understanding. So we only have 4 piles today, but these are really big stacks here that we have, huge piles, because I pulled a good amount of cards so I could really dive into your energy for the remainder of the year. So let's get to the disclaimers first, and that being that tarot, or at least my readings, are not meant to tell you anything that you do not know, as much as they are here to confirm the things that you do know but just have forgotten. So if something doesn't resonate, then either that part of the message is not meant for you, or you might not be ready to hear it. Tarot is going to reveal truths about our energetic frequencies, and we have to be ready and willing to hear those truths in order for these messages to resonate. Okay, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Now, for those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. And then after that part of the meditation, we'll be getting into the sound selection, okay? If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So try to focus on one, but if you are drawn to another pile, there's some additional messages for you, okay? So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds, hold that breath for 3 seconds, then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self, so that the way you can receive these messages for the remainder of your 2020 year. So here's pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And we'll start that meditation right now. All right, and here on pile number 1, we have black tourmaline. On pile number 2, we have a selenite tower. On pile 3, we have amethyst, and pile 4, labradorite. So I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to meditate with the crystals in each pile. right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Now let's see what the rest of your 2020 has in store for you, and I will meet you over at your pile. All right, and pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what the rest of 2020 has in store for you. So let's go on ahead and get started. The very first card that we have here is the Conqueror of Wands, otherwise known as the King of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Coins here. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for a second. What I'm already picking up here, pile 1, is that you're defeating or overcoming a long-standing issue. For some of you, I just clearly heard this has something to do with your health. For others of you, it's freeing yourself of a very oppressing energy. This energy may be in the form of a person, a job, or even depression. I see you charging at this issue with light behind you, and in that light is like the spiritual army that's assisting you. So you may have been asking spirit or your angels or guides and ancestors for help. Well, they've really rallied behind you. They've really rallied around you. You're making moves right now, and if not now, then very soon you're going to be making your way towards feeling much more stable, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. This is going to bring a feeling like you're in control of your life again, but you're definitely getting the upper hand over this, whatever this is. So let me kind of flip a clarifier card here, see if we kind of get a little bit more details as to what this is. So we have the Hierophant, the 3 of Cups that came out. Seven of Coins. Okay, so this looks like a job for some of you. The Hierophant can kind of come across as like a boss, somebody that sets rules, somebody that sets the tone, sets the precedent. Here with the 3 of Cups, this is like a group of people. This is people that are around. So this could be friends. It could be, you could work at a job. You could work with your friends. Maybe you have like a business with your friends, or maybe you guys work at the same job. Maybe you've made friends with your coworkers. And then here we have the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles talking about work, labor. So this looks like work for some of you. Real quick though, let me mention this because this is coming in strong right now. Some of you had a job or idea or business, possibly even a person that was taken or stolen away from you. Someone tried to do some of my pile 1s dirty, and many of you guys retreated. You didn't even fight back because you didn't see the point. You know that saying, like, you roll around with pigs, you get dirty, or you play with dogs, you get fleas, something like that. Well, you didn't even want to be a part of playing these games, stabbing people in the back, having ulterior motives, having to scheme and manipulate. That whole situation really turned you off, and you chose not to involve yourself in it. And even if you did at first, I see later on you pulled yourself out of that because you didn't like the fact that in order to win meant that you had to be a part of the game. For example, if you were coveting a position at work and someone else knew that you wanted it and they took it from you, like I said, we kind of let me leave these out for right now until I'm done with these cards here. And then we also have the 4 of Wands under here, but yeah, 7 of Pentacles was under the deck. But anyways, so let's just say you were coveting a position at work and somebody knew that you wanted it, but they took it from you. You didn't return the favor by bad-mouthing them to your boss. Another example here, if someone's been talking shit about you, because this could as well be friends, somebody that you're like, it's like a group or something that you are involved in, an association. Maybe you belong to some sort of a group or a community, something like that. Maybe you work with them. Maybe you go to some sort of church or some sort of affiliation. Maybe you're part of some sort of program, something here where it's like it's a group of people. And so let's just take another example here. If someone's been talking shit about you, you're turned off at the fact that the only way for you to defend yourself is to sink to their level. You've actually taken a bit of a beating emotionally, spiritually behind all of this because you didn't defend yourself in that way. That's why I saw this army behind you. This is starting to make sense now. They're fighting your battles, pile 1. This King of Wands is Sekhmet energy here. Sekhmet, she is the She's a neter of the goddess, Egyptian goddess, that is the lion-headed goddess, right? And so what she does is, a saying of her is that she gets drunk off the blood of her enemies. So Sekhmet is all about destroying obstacles, destroying your enemies. But the thing is that she can't necessarily be tamed or controlled. Once she kind of gets going, she cannot stop. The truth is going to be revealed on your behalf, Pile 1. And instead of you getting that job back, you're getting a better one with a better position. Instead of you getting that person or relationship back, you're going to be getting someone that's actually loyal and actually knows what love is, and someone that is actually coming in with true commitment. They actually have something of substance to give you with this Ace of Coins right here. Everyone that was a part of this game or that participated in trying to take something from you, everyone that laughed, talked bad about you, hurt you, spread lies, defamed you, is going to fall on their own sword. They have created their own self-destruction by coming for you. The house of lies they built off the back of your pain will collapse onto them. That's the first big message about the remainder of this year for my Pile 1s. And I have to take a moment here because that felt like something else was speaking through me to you. And it's not like this energy was angry. It's a different energy than anger. It was like this was assurance. It was like if the truth had a voice. So the truth is coming to defend you, Pile 1. Someone is in fucking trouble. And they will see by the end of this year a complete reversal for you. If you were left with almost nothing, they'll see you abundant with more than enough. If someone left you, abandoned you, they will feel the sting of abandonment themselves. This pile here, you have dealt with people that are bottom feeders. That some people just are, some people are. And they're about to see a miracle, though. These people that are bottom feeders, they're so kind of caught up in their own grief or negativity or low vibrational energy that it's almost as if they don't believe in something higher. It's almost as if they can't believe in something higher. This is like, what do they call that? Crabs in a pot, something like that. This is kind of like crabs in a pot mentality. These people that you're dealing with, you're very above that. So these people that were in this group or that were around you, these crabs in a pot sort of people, they believe that the only way for them to get ahead in life is to take from others, because they don't see that they have something valuable in themselves to be able to give or to be able to offer like you do. They see that you have something of actual substance to offer people, to offer the world. And it almost pisses them off. These people, they feel hopeless and they know that they're not destined for what you're destined for. And this is why they've been trying to deny what's yours. But it was never their authority to decide what did and didn't belong to you. So let me also say, you may be a Leo. I'm picking up very strong Leo energy, or it just may be a dominant energy in your chart. Leo, 5th house energy, or you may have major aspects to your sun in your chart. The sun rules Leo. As well as you could be an Aries or Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, Venus, any sort of part in your chart. Or like I said, you just may have very strong fire energy in your chart. Earth energy as well. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. All right, let's go ahead and check out your other cards here. So we have the 6 of Coins in reverse. And the 5 of Swords. Okay. Wow. Like I said, you didn't fight back, and we have the 5 of Swords here. No more scarcity or handouts or favors for you either, Pile 1. You're not going to need this help anymore. With the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. If you've been depending on people because of this energy over here, 5 of Swords, that tried to stop you, that tried to take what belonged to you, you're not going to be dependent for much longer. In fact, there's a role reversal here. For some of my Pile 1s, the person that did you wrong, the person that tried to do you wrong, because they tried it, they didn't succeed. That's the thing. They think that they've succeeded, but they haven't. So whoever this is, they're going to need handouts. Whoever this person is, they're going to be the ones in need of handouts. Now, they won't be crawling back to you. I'm going to keep it real. They have too much shame, pride, and guilt for what they did or how they acted towards you with this 5 of Swords over here. But best believe they have a grim rest of the year coming to them. They're going to reach out and ask for help, but they won't find any the way that you did, the way that you were able to find help. And if they do find some form of help, what they're going to end up running into is people that are just like them, other bottom feeders that says, yeah, I'll help, but for a price. Yeah, I'll help if you have something to offer me. They're going to run into other crabs in a pot. Five of Swords, very simple here. The rest of your year, pile one, is recuperating from this loss, whatever this was. Now, I have to be honest and say what I'm saying. In the case that someone does come crawling back, begging for help, something here is saying to refuse it with this Five of Swords, pile one. Use your logic to deal with this person, not your heart. As you can see, there's these swords going through their heart, going through this heart right here. That's saying use your logic, not your emotions. The Five of Swords is here to say deal with the facts, and remember that you had to work to get back to this place that you're going to find yourself in by the end of the year with the Six of Coins right here. This is a part of their lesson or journey, so don't interfere with that. Something here is saying that. Don't interfere with that. Don't interfere with them if they're suffering and they come crawling back to you and they're like, listen, we used to be friends. Listen, we used to love each other. Listen, we used to be cool. Something here is saying that's a part of their journey. This is a part of their lesson. This is a part of their karma. Don't interfere with that, because they're just going to end up having to pay for it later on again and not learning from it. Use your own intuition here, because this is a general reading, so we have that too. But yeah, this is a complete reversal of fortune, pile one, as well as there's strong indication here of a new place. I keep getting like the breeze, like the whiff of that like new smell, like a new car smell or a new home, but it's really nice with a lot of space for you. And don't worry about having enough to take care of yourself. The remainder of this year is setting you up to be in a space by 2021 where you are very secure. Some of you right now are in an uncomfortable living situation. I don't know why I keep getting your living situation, but it may be uncomfortable for you. You don't feel welcome or like you belong. You feel like someone is helping you out of guilt or obligation because you're family or your friends or whatever, and they're supposed to have your back. They're expected to have your back. This is you saying, whether it's comfortable or not, that you just want your own. You don't want any more handouts with the Six of Coins in reverse right here. You don't want any more favors. You want your own, and you want to be able to do it on your own with this Five of Swords. This is you here clearly saying and working towards being in a space where it's like you don't need anyone. And not in a bad way, not in a prideful way, not in an egotistical way, but just in a way where it's like you want to be able to depend on yourself. You want to be self-sufficient. And that's happening for you, pile one. That's definitely happening for you. Let me flip another card here, see what else it is that we have. Yeah, you guys see that? Five of Pentacles. Somebody's going to be out in the cold. It's not going to be you. Somebody's going to be out in the cold. Three of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is... And then we have Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a lot of stabilizing energy trying to come in for you. With the Three of Wands in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So there's an inner journey that you're on, pile one. An inner journey that you are on where, like I said, there's a reversal of fortune. You're going to go from this Five of Pentacles to this King of Pentacles. But the thing is that you don't have to go very far. You don't have to go very far. You don't have to remake your whole life. You don't have to get into a different field. You don't have to run away. Let me say that. That's what I'm picking up here with these three cards. You don't have to run away from this issue, from this problem. I know you're sick of dealing with it. You shouldn't have to deal with it, but you don't have to run away from this. Eight of Pentacles right here. Eight of Pentacles is definitely saying that the more work that you put into yourself, the more you stay focused, is how you're going to get out of this situation. But you just have to stay focused and understand that don't even get distracted by what's happening with this fuckery right here, because that's all it is. It's just simply fuckery. This is people that are envious, jealous of you. They feel like they deserve what it is that you have. They feel like they have actual substance to give, but they don't. When they look around, they have nothing to give. You're the one here with a lot to give. This is you saying that I have a lot to give. And so this is you kind of reverting back into your own internal space, working on that and creating a lot of abundance for yourself. But you're going to be creating a lot of abundance for yourself. So that wish that you have of being self-sufficient, being independent, not needing anyone, that's definitely coming for you. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here, see what else it is that we have happening for the remainder of 2020 for you. I'm just going to flip them all over. Why not? Yeah. Okay, so the very first two cards, this is your soul journey. So the journey that you're on for the remainder of this year, we have here service. I feel good when I help others. I feel good when I can help others. And then we have here grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Like I said, if you've lost something, you definitely don't have to worry about that. But we'll get to that in a minute. We have here a transformation. Knew it. Healing chaos. You guys see these cards? Can't make this up. Cannot make this up. Then we have here first house, the body. Very interesting. Scorpio, I transform. Wow. Seventh house, partners. And your two goddess cards, kind of like your patron goddess for the remainder of this year, goddesses that are going to be looking over you, is we have the great goddess here. This is just divine feminine energy. Oh, somebody fucked up. We have here great goddess, sacred unity. And look at that, you guys. Lakshmi, fortune. Beautiful. Okay. Let's start off with grief and service down here. So what did I say, pile one? Grief says here, losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So some of you guys have been in a state of grieving lately, but you're going to go from feeling as though I've lost something to, wow, now I'm in a position to where I can be of service and help others. Like I said, this is a complete reversal of fortune. That's the journey that you're on for the rest of 2020, is your fortune being transformed. We have two transformation cards here from two separate decks. Moving on here to first house, the body, Scorpio, I transform, seventh house, partners. So in the beginning of your reading, I mentioned your health being a highlight for you this year, as well as overcoming that obstacle, something with your health. So first house, the body here, that's kind of confirming that. And first house deals with the self. And the interesting thing that we have here is the first house, the body, and the seventh house, these are opposing houses. The first house is Aries, seventh house is Libra. These are opposing energies, right? So the first house deals with the self and the seventh house deals with the other. So you're seeing not only a transformation of the self and in yourself, but you're also seeing your relationships being transformed. Like I said, if you lost a partner or a friend, there's someone with true commitment and loyalty coming to you. This person may be a Scorpio, Aries, or Libra for sure, with these three cards being here. And then we have transformation again and healing chaos. Like I said, you guys are coming back. This is a reversal of fortune. You guys are sort of getting replenished from whatever it is that you've lost. It's almost like a resurrection that's happening here. Scorpio can kind of be the energy of resurrection, resurrecting something, bringing something back to life through a great transformation. So this is what that healing chaos card is right here. There was a lot of chaos. Like I said, there was a lot of fuckery happening around you with these people, whoever these people were. There was a lot of that happening around you, but you're being healed of that through this great transformation. And then we have here great goddess, sacred unity. So there's a feminine presence overseeing the new people and relationships coming into your life this year, pile one. A child as well, I just saw. Okay, some of you may end up pregnant by the end of 2020, or you may be giving birth this year, possibly even adopting or taking someone in. Yeah, and we also have the service card here. I feel good when I can help others. Yeah, so this feminine energy is taking care of these people that are coming into your life. They're almost like holding them right now until they get to you. And yeah, it says sacred unity. So there's some sort of feminine presence overseeing these new relationships coming into your life. You're destined to meet someone significant to your journey by the end of 2020, pile one. Very many of you guys are, whether this is romantic or platonic, or just another relative, and Lakshmi, fortune. I mean, Do I have to interpret? This is incredible. Like I said, everything that was stolen from you is coming back abundantly. Like I kept saying throughout your reading, this is a reversal of fortune. I guess Lakshmi must have heard me here. So let me flip one last oracle card for you guys. So we're going to go to the Great Mother Aset for this final message for you guys as remainder of the year. Aset is also otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. So we're going to let her close out this reading for you. So let's see if there's any additional messages that I missed, anything that you need to hear. Okay, so we have here Cartouche, divine names of power and ancient power mysteries. Hear the rattle of Isis playing, as well as we have Eye of Horus in the back, awakening divine perception. So I know Horus is Heru, but Eye of Horus may be a protection symbol for you. So you may have like a lot of eye symbolism around you. You may use the evil eye a lot to kind of ward off negative energies, or that may just be something that you're very drawn to. So let me go ahead and read out of the book the little paragraphs for these. Okay, so starting off with Cartouche, divine names of power, it says here, Lady Isis initiates you now into her special mysteries, the use of sacred intonations. The words that you speak are rapidly gaining power. To benefit from this power rather than be undermined or held back by it, practice thoughtful speech and clear your heart of old unforgiveness, which can poison your words unintentionally, okay? As your heart grows in purity, you will be able to speak with spiritual authority, and what you speak of will come into being more swiftly and obviously. Isis is initiating you as a master healer in her sacred tradition of divine names of power. Beautiful. That's amazing. In this card here, it says the rattle of Isis, the sistrum, is playing in the hand of the goddess now. Can you sense it with your inner hearing? Its vibration reaches through your crown chakra and enters your body, initiating you into great ancient power mysteries of sound, creativity, and healing. This is a time when words and music will become increasingly important on your spiritual path and healing journey. So kind of like this Cartouche card here, words are very, very powerful for you. So be careful what you say about yourself and about others, because you got a lot of power with your voice, with your breath, with your words, okay? As well as healing and music may be a very powerful sort of medium for you as well. And then I'm going to read this Eye of Horus card here. But it says here, the Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. You definitely are. Because like I said, I saw an army of your angels and ancestors and guides around you, surrounding you, protecting you, fighting for you and with you, which is really amazing. So you guys have a lot of support here, but this is all that I'm saying for my pile ones. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what the rest of 2020 has in store for you. So let's go on ahead and get started. The very first card that we have here is the Hanged One. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop here because I'm already getting a message. So pile 2, you may be prone to negative self-talk, blaming yourself for things that happen that you can't explain, or you can't make sense of it, you don't understand. And because of that, you may struggle with connecting with others and with yourself even. There's a dance back and forth here between surrendering to what is, and other days you don't want to accept what is with this Four of Cups right here. So I also see you finding your tribe this year, pile 2. Very, very strong message coming through here because of this Four of Cups. The Four of Cups comes after the Three of Cups, where we see these 3 women celebrating, dancing, having fun, partying, really, really just high off of life, right? And then we get to this somber card with the Four of Cups. And in that card, in the Four of Cups, he's sitting with his arms crossed, staring at those 3 cups as if he doesn't fit in or understand them or relate to them, as if he doesn't have a reason to celebrate like they do. Those 3 cups are partying, having fun, celebrating, and he's sulking. So there's this difference in personalities and perception with that, where the Three of Cups finds a reason to have fun and the Four of Cups finds a reason to brood or be a little morose, because he wants his own cup. He wants a reason to celebrate and to feel good too. But what the Four of Cups doesn't realize is this random arm coming out of the sky offering him a cup so he can join in on the festivities too. But because he's so focused on them, on those other 3 cups, he's missing out on his own reason to celebrate. He's missing out on receiving his own cup. So you're being removed from this energy, pile 2, with the Hanged One here. The Hanged Man is a card of constraint, where the person is forced to be suspended upside down because there was no other way for them to see things differently. Sometimes the only way that life can teach us our worth or value or how to smile is when we're put in situations that induces that new perspective and appreciation. So there's a challenge coming for you, pile 2. And what it's coming to do is to free you from your own mind, because you respond quickest and most powerfully to challenges, to changes, when things are quiet or inactive, when you feel like you're almost like loitering in your own life with not much purpose or not much to do, not much going on. That's when you fall into the space of overthinking, over processing, and over analyzing. And it's as if your field of vision, it slowly tapers off, and until it gets more and more and more and more narrow, until all you become entrenched in is your own emotions. It's a cycle that you've been caught in for a while, where it's like, at first you have this very expanded, wide view of the world and yourself. You know, maybe you kind of start off where it's like, I can really believe in myself, I can really trust myself. And then, like I said, that field of view, it just keeps narrowing down to where all you can focus on is the bad or the negative or what you don't have, you know? And so it's this cycle that you're kind of caught in here. You've been caught in this for a while, but this challenge that's coming to you in 2020 for the remainder of the year is coming to break you out of that. So let me just flip a couple of cards here to see really quick what this challenge could be, if I can see some more details on what this challenge might be. But this challenge is coming to augment the way that you see yourself versus others, pile 2. Let's see what we get. 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. Look at that. Again, he's dealing with 3 cups that he's lost. Just like in the 4 of Cups, he's staring at those 3 cups. Let's see what else I get. Look at that. 9 of Cups. A lot of cup energy here. Then we have here 10 of Swords and the Moon. So the challenge that's coming to you guys, is coming to sort of take something away from you. It's coming to take something away from you, but to give you so much more fulfillment. It's coming to change your the way that you think and the way that you see things with this Sword card right here, this 10 of Swords. So it's coming to kind of kill this old version of you. There's going to be a bit of an ego death here in the months coming for the remainder of 2020 for my pile 2s. There's going to be a bit of an ego death here, but it's really coming to fulfill you. It's just a matter of you have to, there's some sort of something that you're holding on to, some sort of feeling or emotion, maybe about yourself. I really do believe that it's about yourself, because in these 3 cards, there's just one person here. I really believe it has something to do with the way that you see yourself. You have to drop these beliefs about yourself. So this challenge that's coming, and then we have the moon card here. So it's not really wanting, this challenge is coming, it doesn't really want to reveal itself. Let me look underneath the deck. 6 of Wands in reverse. So this could be some sort of disappointment, something that you're kind of forced to walk away from. That's the challenge that's coming. It can be some sort of disappointment, something that you're forced to walk away from that feels familiar, because we're dealing with the moon here. The moon card is all about instincts. It's all about what makes us feel safe, comfortable. It's familiarity. It's our roots, right? So the thing that's coming to challenge you is you being separated from something that feels comfortable. You being separated from your comfort zone. That's what's coming to challenge you here. And like I said, it's not really wanting to kind of reveal itself with this moon card right here. So I'm not going to force it. But yeah, there's a lot of comparison as well that you've been caught up in, pile 2, because you're wondering why certain things work for them and not you. For example, it could be like, wow, my baby sister got engaged or married or had a baby before I did, or she got that job before me, or she got her own place or her own car. She moved out of her parents' house before I did, and I'm the older sibling. Or maybe it's something along the lines of like, wow, they got hired after me but promoted before me. This equating that you're doing to yourself, it's almost like you're putting an amount or value on yourself, and what it's doing is it's suffocating your optimism and confidence in you. The rest of 2020 is coming to steal your attention away from them and put it right back onto you, so you can see that who you are, or the work and effort that you've put in, is not in vain. It's not for nothing. So some of my pile 2s as well will be going through some sort of breakup or separation. That's one of the challenges as well. Something kind of not necessarily working out. This kind of feels like a relationship for very many of you. Could be some sort of a job as well, but it kind of feels like a relationship for many of you. And you kind of realizing like, wow, I'm better off without you, or you were never a friend, you were never a lover, you were never a partner, you were never that person that I thought you were to begin with. You were never family to begin with. We may have shared that title of family, friend, partners, lovers, life partners, but you weren't actually that person for me. And look at this. We got this 10 here. We got 9, 10, saying that this is the end of a cycle, some sort of completion here. So don't get triggered if you don't want that to happen, if you don't want a relationship or something like that to end. Don't get triggered by that. If that's something that you don't like, then leave that message right here. This is a general reading, okay? So that part might not be for you, but I'm going to keep it real, whether that's wanted or not. There's a separation at the very least on the horizon for some of my pile 2s, because this person that you are around is also very outwardly focused, very situated on others and what they're doing. So this could be a romantic partner or a friend or a relative, but this dynamic is very unbalanced, and it's causing you to compare like this other person does that is around you. Like I said earlier, the 4 of Cups is separated from that group of people, because they don't get each other. That one person, the 4 of Cups, doesn't get the 3 of Cups. But this is happening to put you in the same space with your soul tribe pile 2. And they're going to tip the scales and the way that you see things. They're ushering in a lot of balance for you too. So it'll be much easier for you to maintain a particular mentality or feeling or perception, instead of kind of fluctuating, going back and forth to where it's like, I surrender to it and then I don't want to accept it. So they're going to bring in some balance here. It's 11:11 as well on the clock right now. Let's go ahead and check out your other tarot cards that we have here. So we have here the 4 of Wands. Look at that. Look at that. Soul tribe coming through. 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords in reverse, you guys. 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords in reverse. Like I said, that's your soul tribe coming through. So your soul tribe can come in a plethora of different ways. They can come through as like a relative, like it can come through as family in a way, and it might not be blood relative. Sometimes our closest family members are the ones that we choose to be family with, not necessarily our actual blood relatives the family that we were born into. So your soul tribe, it could be like family, it could be a friend, it could be a lover, like a soul mate. That is also a part of your soul tribe. You guys are for sure finding your soul family. And for some of my pile 2s, this is a group of 4 people. This is like a group of 4 of you, because this number keeps coming up, this 4 here. So this could be like a group of 4 of you, and you all have these different personalities that really balance each other out. Almost as if if you've ever seen like Sex and the City or Girlfriends. Sex and the City was one of my favorite shows ever growing up. But it's like, if you've ever seen that show, they all have such different personalities, right? But those personalities really, really balance each other. And it kind of makes this very it gives them this very like well-rounded view of the world, you know? So you have your Samantha Jones, and you have your Charlottes, and your Mirandas, and your Carries, you know? You have all these different personalities that really make up this group or this whole. So that's what I'm kind of seeing here, is like this group of you guys that make up this very grounded, balanced whole, which is exactly what you need. And so there's a group of 4 of you here, and this group, they won't promote anxiety for you. They won't promote anxiety for you, pile 2, with this 9 of Swords right here in reverse. And it's not that these other people that you were around were pushing you to be anxious, you know, maybe not directly, but indirectly they sort of were. Our environment can have a lot of influence over us and how we are, especially when we're unaware of the power of an environment or space or collective or group. So for some of you, it's where you're moving to. There's something new coming here, like a new home or a new job, a new business venture. Even if you already work at a job, then you may end up with this idea to start something just out of fun. And oh my God. Okay, you guys, that's the challenge that's coming. Okay, so okay. All right, so like I saw here, that's the challenge that's coming. The challenge here is you starting somewhere new or starting something new. Like maybe you already have a career in medicine, for example, but you've always loved writing and decide this year to give it a chance, to give it a shot. So you start writing a book or a blog, and with you diving into this new venture, you're going to come across other people in this journey that resonate with your soul, that resonate with who you truly are. So it's like maybe you have one job to pay the bills, but there's this other passion that really speaks to you. And through you following that passion, through you following your soul, you're going to come into contact with other souls that are following their passions, with other souls that are following their spirit, with other souls that you are in a family with. You're connected through these energies. This is your tribe that you're going to come into contact with. So you won't feel like the odd man out anymore with this 4 of Cups, pile 2. The challenge could be you moving to a new city or a new state or a new country, and this is how you meet your soul family. The challenge could be becoming a parent and you meet other working moms and dads. This change in your environment is the challenge here, and that's what's putting you in the same surroundings or territory as your family, as your soul family. That's the challenge. Something new is coming to shake you out of this old ego like a snake shedding its skin. So that's where the ego death is coming in at. Okay, this is all making sense now, but it's going to melt your anxieties, concerns, and apprehensions with this 9 of Swords in reverse here, because you found or have created a space that is attracting like-minded people to you, and this feeling of home away from home or family that's not blood related is going to bring a lot of peace in your life and a completely new way of seeing the world, people, and yourself. So by the end of 2020, many of my pile 2s, especially if you suffer from anxiety, you're going to find a solution or way to alleviate or dilute it so it doesn't reign over your life anymore. This soul tribe is going to help you to realize that too, that it's okay for you to feel how you feel, so that the way you don't feel like, oh my God, like what have we picked up here with this 4 of Cups? Like how you're kind of, how you always maybe felt like the black sheep, or how you always maybe felt like different, like I don't have a reason to celebrate like everyone else does. This soul family, this soul tribe is coming in here to say it's okay for you to be the 4 of Cups. It's okay for you to feel different from everyone else. It's okay for you to say that you need help. It's okay for you to say how you feel. It's okay for you to ask for help. It's okay to not know how you feel, or to be confused, or to want more out of life. You felt like the black sheep for a long time, or unwanted for a long time. No more of that, pile 2. They're going to love you and connect with you as you are, and those comparisons are going to end up subsiding. A lot of your anxiety came from comparing, not feeling good or worthy enough, not feeling like you deserve the same things that you saw others getting, not feeling happy or like you had a reason to celebrate and have fun or to smile. Laugh more, smile more, pile 2. I just heard that as well. Try to laugh more, especially when you're going through complicated things. Try to laugh just out of nowhere. Just start laughing. So let's go on ahead and check out your oracle cards here. See what else it is that we're seeing. Let me put these away. So let's see what other messages that we have for for you. We'll just start flipping them all over. Yeah. So these are your goddess cards. So I pulled goddess cards because I wanted to see what goddess was sort of like guiding you for the rest of 2020. And so we have here, ooh, look at that. What have we been talking about this whole reading, basically? Potential. Saradwin, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Saradwin Potential, she's one of your goddesses that will be guiding you for the remainder of this year. And then we have here Danu, Assurance. Okay. All right. These are your journey cards. So it's kind of like the journey that you're going to be on for the remainder of this year. And we have here, look at that. We've got growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And then we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Wow. Next card that we have, look at that. Cancer, I feel. Beautiful. Fifth house, creativity. Incredible. Water element, sensing. Then we have here the final two cards, release. Such a pretty card. I love this card. And look at that, gateway. So let's start off with Danu, Assurance, and Saradwin, Potential. So you're going to see your potential differently, Pile 2, instead of it being like, I wish I could do this like others, or I wish I could have fun like others, or be more outgoing, charismatic, successful, whatever it may be, these comparisons are, you're going to start assuming and embracing that for yourself. You're going to start just feeling that for yourself. So the goddesses of potential and assurance is coming to bring you guaranteed confidence, because it will no longer come from outdoing or being better than others, but you're going to feel it within yourself just because you're you. You're going to realize, like, damn, I'm blessed just to be me. I don't want to be like anyone else. It's a blessing. It's a miracle for me to be me. There's no one else in the world like you. No one else in the world like you. There will never be another you. There never has been a you. Just you is all that will ever exist. So that's where the guarantee and certainty of who you are will come from. It's going to come from within. Moving on here to growth and imagination. So a lot of creativity, a lot of good ideas will be flowing to you nonstop the rest of 2020. As you turn your focus from others and from depreciating yourself, your mind is going to begin to align with you and not work against you. That's where this expansion of conscious awareness is coming from. And this will make you feel so much more deserving of good things, not because you outshined anyone else or achieved something, but because you can feel and tap into your own creativity and potential. So this is sacral chakra, feminine energy that you're opening yourself up to. You're going to feel like a complete badass, Pile 2. And moving on here to Cancer, I feel water element sensing and fifth house creativity. So water element rules the sacral chakra, and we have creativity again coming from the fifth house. The fifth house is ruled by Leo and the sun, saying that you are meant to shine, but in order for you to shine, you have to locate your own light and worth first. Fifth house in Leo energy also rules our ego and solar plexus. Like I mentioned earlier, you'll be going through an ego death of the old so that the new, stronger, more confident, assured ego that knows its capabilities can be born. Cancer, the zodiac sign of Cancer, is considered to be the mother and is ruled by the moon. So again, feminine energy and the water element sensing card here, Cancer is a water sign. So this is going to flow into your life quickly, and it's going to plant a lot of seeds in your life that you are able to harvest. Water element is saying your subconscious mind is also being remolded. So it won't focus on the same things anymore because the subconscious mind runs on autopilot. So many times, even though we want different, it's very difficult to achieve different because the inner, more hidden parts of us is still subscribed to the old paradigms and narratives and structures. That's being remade for you though. So some of you asked for this as well when you set intentions either earlier in this year, like January, or around June and July. The season of Cancer is when you guys set some intentions to really change the narrative that you're kind of stuck in, or change the cycle that you're kind of stuck in. It's coming to an end for you guys. And so yeah, this is definitely coming in, and you have a lot of recognition to collect as well for your efforts with this fifth house creativity card here. There's a lot of celebration restoration coming for you this year of 2020 as well. And then moving on here to release. So release the old way, pile 2, and gateway. So this is your portal to that other life or world that's been calling to you. Release, pile 2, surrender to what your spirit has been telling you that you deserve. You can feel it and sense it. You can feel and sense that you deserve better. You know this life of recognition and achievement is meant for you. Surrender to it and allow it to flow in. You do this by believing in yourself. And if you are struggling with believing in yourself, that's where the work is. That's where the source of the issue is. But as well as that takes time to have faith in the self. So be patient with yourself. It starts with baby steps. Cut your dreams up into bite-sized goals and then start hammering away at them. But at least just start. That's the main thing here, is just start. The life that you see others living that maybe you wish you had, whatever steps it is that you feel you need to take in order to live that life that you see others living, start taking those steps. Just start. Just simply start, pile 2, okay? I'm going to shuffle one more card from you guys. We're going to close this up by hearing from the Great Mother Set, also known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. So let's see, give me a second here. Okay, that just flew out. That was wild. Okay. Look at that, you guys. Underneath the deck. You guys see this? Your soul tribe is here. They are here. Man, they're coming in strong. Divine sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. You guys see that? All right. And then we have here wings of Isis uniting with the angelic self. So let me just read these little paragraphs here. It says, you have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic world. Part of your soul's purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle brings you angelic assistance and intervention and confirmation that any impressions you may have had that you belong not only to the human kingdom, but also to the angelic one are correct. It's correct. Listen to your feelings, pile 2, because you're correct. It says, in community that is based in equality, respect, healthy boundaries, and personal freedom with a mutual desire for spiritual growth and honoring of innate wisdom, great miracles occur. You are a part of this community of light. At one time it existed only in the spiritual worlds, yet now it is being born on the earth. It is a part of your destiny to help create and nurture a conscious community that empowers all of its members and is based in truth. You guys, your spiritual tribe is coming. Like I said, that was probably the strongest message that was coming through for my pile 2s, is your soul tribe. So yeah, that's definitely coming. For sure. Somebody asked me to do a reading of a soul tribe as well. So that's going to be coming soon because I really love that idea. But yes, this is all that I'm seeing from my pile 2s. You guys have a lot of good coming to you in the remainder of 2020. Get excited, get ready, get prepared. It's here, okay? So thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, strength. Let me take the time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is that 2020 has in store for you, or what the rest of 2020 has in store for you. So let's go on ahead and get started. The very first card that we have here is the 8 of Coins in reverse. And the Ruler of Wands, otherwise known as the King of Wands. Okay. So I'm just going to stop right here, pile 3. You're giving up on perfection. There's some sort of venture, idea, project, goal, want, or desire that you've told yourself you have to be like this in order to achieve it, or in order to get it. You've told yourself, in order for me to be able to do this, I have to first be in this position, or things have to first be set up like this. You're giving up on that plan coming up here in the next few months, if you haven't already. You're not stressing over every little detail anymore, but instead you're putting more trust in your capabilities and in a bigger plan with this King of Wands right here. The King of Wands actually none of the kings in tarot sweat the small stuff. They've gone through too much and know better than to put their energy into every little thing. So this king here is saying you're going to become a lot more selective about where you put your focus, energy, efforts, and time. Eight of Wands is minute details, very meticulous and specific. I see you as well not needing to micromanage anymore because it was exhausting. There's a person or a habit or something here that required a lot of your focus, but you're pulling away from that and learning how to not react to every beck and call, or to every person that says they need you, or to every fear that tells you to work harder. The message here, pile 3, is harder work is not the solution, but believing in your work is. You don't have to be worried that if you don't work hard enough that you're going to lose everything. And you know what? Actually, there's this, your pile here has kind of stirred this thought for me that there's this restaurant that I saw on TV one time, and the restaurant's name is Mugaritz, and it's located in Spain. And I heard about them, like I said, on TV, but this restaurant was so inspiring because the owner or head chef of this place says that every year for 4 months they close the restaurant down, right? Now, in a world that tells you to hustle, that that's the only way to make it, you would think that this restaurant, if it's only open for 8 months out of the year, is struggling or barely getting any customers in. No, this restaurant for almost the last 2 decades now has been voted top 10 best restaurant in the world. Top 10 best restaurants in the world. That's got to be a hard as shit award to win. Top 10 in the world. How many restaurants are there? There's thousands. So this is what I'm seeing for you here is you can rest on your efforts and your work because it's quality work, pile 3. You don't have to work yourself to the bone like everyone else because the work that you put in is quality, especially if that work resonates with you, if it is your passion, if it is your love. The rest of 2020 is going to be all about proving to you that stepping away from something that is meant for you will not revoke or dispute what is yours. If anything, it's going to solidify it even more. The rest of 2020 will show you how stepping away, taking a break, relaxing, getting time to yourself, contemplating, reflecting, doesn't mean that you're lazy or negligent. It means you know how to trust in what's meant for you. There's a big change in how you see money as well and receive it for the remainder of 2020. Because 8 of Coins can represent scarcity, being afraid to stop working so much because then the money won't come in. Then the money is going to stop coming in, or these opportunities are going to stop coming in. And okay. All right. I'm getting it here. You're going to realize, or something's going to show you how to make even more while doing a lot less. That's what the remainder of 2020 is for my pile 3s. Doing less and earning more. Bending over backwards, for example, in your relationships won't be required of you anymore. Whether this is work or your relationships, this really feels like work to me for some reason, but whether this is work, relationships, your health, or some other aspect of your life, you won't have to bend over backwards anymore. For example, let's just take your relationships. It's not going to be required of you. Instead of doing so much for others, people will start doing for you, with you learning how to scale it back. Working multiple jobs just to make ends meet, for example, is not going to be the norm for you in the next few months. Instead, you're going to find a way to pursue your passion and love the work that you do while making so much more and living a better quality life. It's like you don't have to work like a pauper anymore because you are a king. You're assuming that mentality and role of just knowing that my work speaks for itself by knowing that you're going to be provided for like a king. Royalty doesn't worry about what they're going to wear or cook or eat or drive in. All of that is taken care of for them. They have people that work out all those minute details. So this isn't for you anymore. This 8 of Coins right here is in reverse, saying that it's not for you anymore. And by the end of 2020, you will be removed from any position, role, or job that does not recognize that of you. And you're going to be instead put in positions that provide for you, not that you have to provide for. Because that's been pretty imbalanced here for you for a long time now. It's been pretty imbalanced where it's like you put in so much and you don't get as much back as what you put in. That's being changed up completely for you. Let's go ahead and check out these next two. The next two cards that we have here is, look at that, 6 of Cups in reverse. And we have the Seeker of Cups, otherwise known as the Page of Cups. Okay. Wow. So this is saying here, don't do what you were taught to do or what you thought you had to do in order to survive with the Six of Cups right here in reverse. It's time for you to start implementing what you know and following what your intuition has been telling you with this Page of Cups. Six of Cups is the card of the past, and Page of Cups can be like an offer, or it can even be curiosity. Following that curiosity that tempts you to not work as hard. It feels wrong for you to not go as hard. That's what you're working on, sort of remaking this idea that you have to work so hard. And that's what this year 2020 has been working to break you out of, is this old construct that hasn't gotten you anywhere but has exhausted, depleted, and overworked you. With this Six of Cups right here and this Eight of Coins in reverse. Page of Cups is tempting you. Before the end of 2020, expect to meet or be put in situations where you are around people with a lot of money or success, maybe even fame. You're going to get a glimpse or look into another way of living, and it's going to act as your very own personal, like, Garden of Eden. You know, it's like this tree of life sort of tempting apple, where once you bite into that fruit, this spell that you are under, or notion or assumption that that's how you make it in life, is going to break. You'll be pulled from under that spell and will start asking, guessing, and wondering why you can't live like that too. What's the difference between me and them? So this Page of Cups may be an offer for some sort of work where you are around very rich or successful people. I guess it's kind of the same thing, right? So this could be a job or invite where you're rubbing elbows with people like this, and someone may want to take you under their wing to show you a different way of living that you haven't been exposed to before. And that's like you kind of biting into that apple, and once you do, watch out, world, because it's going to hit you hard with the question, why am I operating like this? Why have I been operating like this? What's up with that? Why have I been living like this? You know, like, how is that fair for them to live this way? And I'm working so hard, and it seems like they don't have a care in the world. The rest of 2020 is about exposing you to your dream life and what you could have. That the way you rewrite this theory or presumption about how you make it or about how to make it. But this Six of Cups is standing out to me. So let me go on ahead and flip a card right here, see if there's anything else the Six of Cups is trying to say. Got the High Priestess in reverse. Two of Cups. All right. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. So we've got the High Priestess, Two of Cups, then we have the Emperor in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse. So this Six of Cups right here in reverse has a lot to say clearly. And then underneath, look at that. Again, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So for some of you, this is being overworked in almost every aspect in your life. Some of you as well may have been taken for granted by the people in your life, by the relationships, the jobs in your life. And intuitively, you know that there's something wrong with that. Intuitively, you know. And I say your relationships because we have the Two of Cups here. So this is like romantic partnerships for some of you. You're being overworked or almost being taken advantage of in your relationships. Maybe you are the one that's bearing the emotional weight and responsibilities of the relationship. We have the Three of Cups here. This is kind of representative of friends, your friend group. Maybe your friends, maybe you're the one that your friends always call for some sort of emotional support or advice, something like that. For some of you, it's also in the home. In the home, you're being overworked, or you are you're kind of not. It's like the responsibility isn't evenly dispatched when it comes to your home life. For some of you, it could be like literally maybe you're paying more rent than the other roommates, or maybe you are paying more rent than your siblings, or something like that. You know, maybe somebody in your home or your parents or something, maybe they expect you to be the one that goes out and get a job even though you're also going to school. Maybe like they don't do your other siblings like that. Maybe they don't do the other people in your home like that. The Emperor in reverse is saying boundaries. The Emperor in reverse is saying assume your leadership role, assume your kinglyship, assume your royalty. Assume it and lay down boundaries and say, no, fuck that. You are overworking the hell out of me. Eight of Pentacles, we've already talked about this. For very many of you, for this card to come up again, this is you being overworked at work and not receiving like proper pay or recognition of that. So for many of you, and intuitively, whether this is your work life, your relationship, your friends, your family, your home, whatever this is, the boundaries here are not there. So it's like you're getting treated differently, or the expectations put on you are different from those that are around you, or from those that are your similar age, or from those around you that are going through the same or similar thing. One example that keeps popping up in my head here is like, let's say that you are in college, right? And you're taking like 18 credits or something crazy, you know, and you're really working your ass off, and your family expects you to go out and get a job. Meanwhile, like your siblings, they're still at home, and you know, they're maybe only enrolled in like 2 or 3 courses in university, and they're not expected to have a job. They're not expected to pay rent, but because you're the oldest, they put this extra responsibility on you. They expect you to be more mature. They expect you to be more responsible. And it's like, hold on for a second here. That's not fair. You know, so this Emperor in reverse is saying it's not fair. High Priestess in reverse is saying it's not fair. And you know that. You are intuitively aware of that. You're intuitively aware of the fact that you are being treated differently from people in your same position or in a similar position as you. But because you kind of keep agreeing to it, or because you keep putting this work in, people just say, okay, great, yeah, we'll keep taking that from you. We'll keep taking all this hard work, or this extra money that you give, or all this extra effort, or, you know, I'll keep letting you be the emotional weight bearer of this relationship. So there's something here that's very uneven for you, and the Emperor in reverse is saying, fuck that. Set some boundaries, for sure. So that's what that Six of Cups is saying. Six of Cups in reverse had a lot to say. And so this is kind of seeping into multiple areas in your life for you, for some of you. For some of you, this is hitting almost every area of your life where it's just like, this isn't right, this isn't fair. Let's check out you guys' oracle cards here. See what else it is that we're seeing. So we'll start off with these two. So we have here, look at that, illumination. Like I said, intuitively you know. Next card that we have, beautiful, beautiful card, inner peace. Yep. Next two that we have, these are your soul journey cards for the year, kind of showing what journey you're going to be on for the remainder of the year. And we have here the card of humor. And it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And look at that, we've got the Buddha there. That's my favorite Buddha, the one that likes to laugh a lot. He reminds me of Jupiter too. The next card that we have is trust. So you're on a journey of humor and trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Yeah, like we just pulled with the High Priestess card over here. Yeah, your intuition's has been telling you for a while, and maybe you're just not listening to it, but trust in that for sure. But I'll definitely be diving into these cards a little bit more. The next card that we have here is Chiron, healing. Interesting. Okay. Grand Cross, provoker. Kind of reminds me of that Emperor card saying make boundaries. It's going to provoke some people, might rub some people the wrong way, but you're getting rubbed the wrong way by being expected to give so much. Then we have here Capricorn. I use. Wow. Okay. And the final two cards that we have is your Goddess cards for the remainder of the year. I just wanted to hear from some divine feminine energy, what your kind of patron goddess or your head goddess that is going to be over you for the remainder of the year. And we have two here. So we have Athena, knowledge. Again, the high priestess coming through. And we have Kuan Yin, compassion. Interesting. Okay, let's dive into this. So let's start off with illumination and inner peace. So pile 3, you're making peace with your past with this inner peace card here. Like I see you saying thanks for the lessons and this old way of doing things. It got me to this point, but it's time for this new chapter. That's where the illumination is coming from, is this inner peace, making peace with the past. 6 of Cups in reverse right here. Illumination is going to allow you to see more than what you've been primed or groomed to see. You're for sure breaking out of this idea or way of life, pile 3, all day. Moving on here to humor and trust. Exactly like it says, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life with this humor card here. Who do you think is having the time of their life? The King? The King of Wands? Or this 8 of Pentacles? Who's working nonstop. Now, the King isn't always laughing. He has a lot of responsibilities that the 8 of Pentacles damn sure doesn't have to worry about, but he has much easier access to the lighter sides of life and the higher quality sides of life. He doesn't have to worry about the details. That's someone else's job. So it's time for the load that you've been carrying to be lightened. That the way you have more time for humor and laughing and gratitude and appreciation, or appreciating where it is that you are in life, being able to appreciate the work and effort that you put in instead of looking at your work and effort as it's kind of like useless, you know? So this will keep you from depreciating your value, because it's kind of difficult to see the value in your efforts and in your work when you're not being compensated or thanked for it or appreciated for it or recognized for it, you know? And then moving on here to Capricorn, I use Chiron Healing Grand Cross Provoker. So Capricorn rules the 10th house. This is the house of ambition, career, work, legacy. Capricorn is the goat, the literal goat of the zodiac. Well, literally and figuratively, because he's all about working his ass off until he gets to the top of that mountain. So this is very ambitious energy here that you're tapping into. You're going to want more, pile 3. What you have isn't enough right now. And it's not that you're ungrateful for what you do have, but this will be you sort of getting sick of the rat race, feeling like a hamster on a wheel, like I'm going hard but getting nowhere. This is going to hit you soon if it hasn't already, and you will require more from life. You're going to be asking life for more. Settling will not be in your vocabulary come 2021. That's what's being provoked and healed within you. All at the same time, you're challenging what you deserve and healing these past presumptions about what you deserve as well. As well as with Grand Cross Provoker, like I was saying about that Emperor card there, that he was requiring you to put up more boundaries. So you might have to tell someone like, no, you're taking advantage of me. That might be where a little bit of friction comes in at. But for sure, there's also a healing element though here, where it's like you standing up for yourself, or you saying like, no, this isn't fair, is also going to help heal the situation as well. Moving on here to Athena and Kuan Yin. So knowledge is reminding me of, one, the high priestess that I pulled, and of what I said about you eating out of the tree of knowledge. This is your eyes opening and demanding more for yourself. Kuan Yin, I believe, is here for you to say, don't be upset with yourself or blame yourself for not realizing that you want more sooner. Don't be upset with yourself for settling or not asking for more. Have compassion with yourself because you didn't know or weren't aware that this was a possibility for you before, but you see it now. Your eyes are open now, so push forward. As well as Kuan Yin is coming to bring some softness and gentleness to this Capricornian energy, because Capricorn is extremely cold. I'm a Capricorn rising, okay? So I'm not shitting on us. I'm just keeping it 100. We hyper focus like the 8 of Pentacles on the top of that damn mountain. We focus on the throne that the king is sitting on. So Capricorn energy can be very by any means necessary sort of energy. So it's important to have this contrasting, more gentle energy here of Kuan Yin compassion, reminding you to stay compassionate and to keep your heart open and to keep your heart big, to keep it expanded. As well as too, one thing that I'm picking up here for those of you that have picked this pile intuitively, if you've been working a lot of jobs, just kind of like 9 to 5 jobs, if you've been working jobs just to put food on the table, just to take care of yourself, just to pay bills, that is not going to be happening moving into 2021 for you. Moving into 2021, you're going to be in the position where it's like you're working jobs because you love what you do. You're working jobs because you're passionate about it. You're working jobs because you like to do it, because you want to do it, because it's a part of your purpose, because it's a part of your reason for being here. So you're going to come out of a lot of like kind of dead end jobs. That's another thing the Eight of Coins in reverse can be saying, is like, this is a dead end job. This is really just to kind of put food on the table, but it's not necessarily something that has long-term value to it. Like Capricorn is all about legacy. Like I was saying, it's all about leaving something behind. And it's all about commitment, stability. It's an earth sign, a fellow earth sign. So for sure, this Eight of Coins in reverse can be saying like those dead end jobs, like that's not happening. That's not happening come 2021. By the end of 2020, you are going to be out of that type of work. You're going to be out of that type of industry and field. And you're going to be into something that really calls out to you, that you can really truly put your personality into, put your soul into, and put a different type of work into. Not just a type of work where it's like robotic, but more so work where it's like, this is just what I love to do. This is me. This is me. It's going to feel like you. Okay, let me get one final card for my pile threes here. I think it's good to kind of close out with the Netzher set, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. So I think that she'd be a good person to, a good energy to hear from. Lastly, give you some lasting messages. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, that went flying. All right, you guys. So we got a lot of cards here. I'm just going to read the little paragraph. The very first one that we have here is Queen of Heaven, blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies. So there's a blessing coming, you guys. Then we have here the Dark Mysteries, enter the chamber of the Dark Goddess. And then Eye of Horus, awakening divine perception. Okay, you guys, so give me a second. Let me get the book. I know I'm as Haru, but it says here, the Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Exactly. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. Yeah, so you guys got some, you guys have some purpose, another purpose coming in here. Like I was saying, no more of those kind of small jobs, no more of those kind of jobs just to make ends meet. It's like this energy saying, we definitely have something different in mind. We definitely have a lot more for you. This card here says, the Queen of Heaven, the Divine Empress of the Skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. And then we have here the Kuan Yin Compassion card. Okay. Wow. All right, and the final card that we have here is the Dark Goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. Like I was saying, you guys, that's not your field anymore. Working these jobs, doing things just to make ends meet, anything like that, that's not for you anymore. You're being definitely taken out of that by the end of 2020, which is so beautiful. So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile threes. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray that this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come active as me sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what the rest of 2020 has in store for you. So let's go on ahead and get started. The very first card that we have here is the Three of Swords in reverse. The Ruler of Coins, also in reverse, known as the King of Pentacles. So you guys, I'm going to stop right here. Three of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like these cards are talking about something that's already happened with you. A disappointment, betrayal, realization, regret, heartbreak of some kind, and it's really taken a hit to your esteem or how you see yourself. A lot of this heartbreak is influencing how you see or feel about you with this King of Pentacles right here in reverse. And okay, yeah, so this looks like something or someone you thought was definitive, genuine, truthful, honest, dedicated, loyal. This person or situation really let you down, and you may be kind of mad at yourself for thinking highly of someone or something that did this. There's something else here about having to watch whatever this is move on without you, and that's why you may feel like this wound is not healing all the way, or like it's always open, always exposed. This just doesn't make you feel good at all. You're not even pressed about it that much anymore. You're honestly not even like that pressed about it that much anymore, because the Three of Swords is in reverse, but it's had some lasting effects on you, either physically and or mentally. King of Pentacles right here. This feels like regret for some of you. Regret that you ever met this person or got involved or walked away or gave up in the first place. There's this lasting question and feeling of regret, like, did I walk away too soon? Did I not try hard enough? Why did I give up? Could I have done more? Should I have done more? Should I have done this, that, or the third? Coulda, woulda, shoulda is sort of what's happening here. This is beating up on your self-esteem and your peace of mind, because at the end of the day, there's no way to know that if you would have done something differently, if it could have prevented this from happening. There's no way. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie The Matrix. With Neo, he walked in to meet the, what was she called? The Oracle. He walked in to meet the Oracle. He like bumped into a vase or something, and I think it was like about to fall or break. And so she warned him about it. And because of that, he like caught the vase. And he was like, wow, how did you know that? And she was like, what's really going to trip you out here is if I wouldn't have said anything, would you have ran into the vase in the first place? And so it's like there's this interesting issue here, or juxtaposition in a sense of like, if I would have known, if I could have done differently, would that have honestly changed the outcome? So that's why we can't harp on the things that we can't change. Things that we can't change. And one of the things that we absolutely cannot change is the past. Harping on the past is almost a sure way to guarantee insanity, anxiety, depression, suffering, because there's nothing we can do about it. And whatever this is here, it happened very, very fast. Something you thought was going to last forever ended quickly. So like, for example, let's say you get in an argument with your partner that you've been with for years, and they just up and leave and want nothing to do with the relationship anymore. Or for example, with a job, it's like one disagreement or one thing happens and they let you go. And you're left sitting back looking and thinking, you should have tried harder to keep me. Why did you give up on me or us or this so easily? Or why did I give up on this so easily? Because they were so ready to leave or replace you, you feel disposable, expendable. 2020 is here to show you that you are better off without this person, thing, or whatever this may be. The rest of 2020 is about you detaching from a part of your ego that is sort of coiled up or entwined its identity or worth to this. The rest of this year is showing you how to detach. If someone or something has forgotten about you out of nowhere, then the rest of this year is teaching you how to forget about them. By the end of this year, you will feel relief and confident or right about how this played out. So I'm going to flip a couple of clarifiers, but let's go ahead and check out your other cards first to see what they're saying. They may clear some things up for us. So we have here, look at that, the Hermit in reverse. Got the Hermit in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we have all reversals here, pile 4. The Hermit in reverse says, I don't know how to see the positive in this situation yet, but there is relief here with this Ten of Swords in reverse as well that's right beside it, just like this Three of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of relief that's coming from these cards being in reverse, but these cards being in reverse is where the issue or the challenge or the struggle is coming in at as well. There's freedom here. You just don't know what to do with it yet. But the rest of 2020 will be revealing that to you. The Hermit in reverse says, stay away from focusing and asking the wrong questions. Instead of wondering how you can get this back or make sense of it, Ten of Swords in reverse says, focus on what you can do with this new lease on life, or this second chance, this new opportunity. Some of you may have been forced to sit down due to your body or health, some sort of an accident possibly. I'm picking up here very, very slightly, so that might only be a few of you. But this could have been something that happened in the recent past and you can't make sense of it. Hermit in reverse. And the rest of 2020 is here to show you why and how these unfortunate events are actually working in your favor. The rest of the year is about you getting out of your head about why these things have happened, and instead focusing on how you can make new things happen from the almost like debris of this issue. For some of you, this is talking all about the pandemic and how you've been forced into this hermit mode and have been forced into the house or have been forced to sit down. And while it's killed certain parts of your life, it's resurrected other aspects too. Ten of Swords upright is all about somebody with 10 swords and then bleeding out, dying. Life is literally seeping out of them. In reverse, the swords are the ones that are seeping out of you. The swords are the one that's falling out of you. And it's almost like you're being saved at the very last second, the very last minute. It's a matter of being able to see it, pile 4, but your focus is on the loss. Very 5 of Cups energy here. The rest of the year will be revealing to you how you can finally move on, because you are ready and you want to move on, but you feel like you can't. For example, if you went through a breakup, it's like you can't get away from the breakup or completely heal from it, because maybe you guys work together, have mutual friends, or live in the same town, or maybe you shared a home together. And oh my God, okay, yeah, and we have the King of Pentacles right here. Okay, so the King of Pentacles as well in reverse could also be saying that some of these maybe you share some possessions, maybe you still have some possessions or shared assets or money or an account or a home or a vehicle, something like that you kind of need with this King of Pentacles here. You may have shared this thing that you need with this other person that you've kind of fell out with, or that maybe you're separating from. So by the end of this year, you'll have your own. That's why I'm seeing all this freedom and liberation around you. Whatever you share with the situation or person, it won't be for much longer. You'll have your own very, very soon, definitely by the end of 2020, for sure. And as well as the rest of this year wants to say to you to stop feeling like you have to hide your feelings or your disappointment or your pain. Stop feeling as though you have to hide it, as though you have to kind of put on this brave face. Maybe you have children or people depending on you, but you are wounded. And if you are hurt, it is okay to take some time to grieve and put yourself back together again. When we accidentally like cut ourselves or something like that, do we act like the cut isn't there? Do we just act like we're not bleeding out? No, take some time, bandage that shit up, get yourself together. It's okay to do that. It's really okay, but there's a part of you here that feels like, I have to keep it together. I have to keep it together. You trying to force yourself to keep it together is what is almost pushing you to completely lose it. It's almost pushing you to have this like breakdown because you're trying to keep it together. It's okay to not try and put on a brave face when you are around everyone. It's okay to feel this, even if you don't want to feel it. You will accept that in the coming months. As well, but a solution. And like I said, you're not really pressed about you having lost this thing or this. If it was like something like a breakup, you're not pressed about that. If it was something like your job, you're not pressed about losing that job. It's like you accept that. It's like you completely accept that. But there's something here where it's just like, I can't fully get over it because I'm still attached to it somehow. And you want nothing to do with this. Like, you want nothing to do with this. You're like, my time could be spent with better people, doing better things. A solution, a way to truly be free of this person or situation or circumstance is coming to you. And you will be able to once and for all sever this cord between you and the situation here. Because with you still being attached, even if it's just physically, like sharing the same things, or emotionally or mentally still being back in that moment trying to process it, that slight attachment, whatever it is keeping you from fully healing. And you're on your way to a full recovery from this, pile 4. That's what the rest of 2020 has in store for you, is a nice clean break from this, whatever this is. Let me flip some clarifier cards here just to see. get some additional messages about this real quickly. Look at that. We have the Tower in reverse, the Star in reverse. Interesting. This comes right before the Star card. Very interesting. Let me get a couple more. Like I said, you guys are Two of Cups. Some of you, this was a breakup. Two of Cups in reverse. And you did not see it coming. Like what we have with the Tower card here, as you can see, they get struck by lightning. It just came out of nowhere. And everyone depended on this Tower to be stable enough to not come crashing down by just a little lightning bolt. And now you're in this place where you want to rebuild, but you feel like you can't. All right, I think that's enough. Let's see. So we have here 10 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Wands, the Emperor in reverse. Okay. And then underneath the deck, what do we have here? The World. Okay. So again, we have another card that talks about a lot of pressure and a lot of weight in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse right here. We have another card here talking about a lot of destruction, something happening that no one wanted to happen, also in reverse. Like I said, you're not that pressed about this situation anymore. You're actually relieved that you don't have to deal with it, that you're not necessarily as attached to this thing as you once were. There's a lot of detachment that has already happened. It's just that like one little sliver, that one little cord that's still left here. And this is why you feel like, I don't want anything else to do with this. For some of you, this is a breakup. For some of you, this is some sort of a separation from someone that you saw as your equal, from someone that you made a commitment with, from someone that made a commitment to you or made a promise to you. And then breaking that, in a sense, it's been a relief for you, because you're like, you were never a friend to begin with. You know, you were never that person that I thought you were to begin with. So you know what? This is a relief for me. So logically, you understand that. You are a very logical person with this Hermit card here. The Hermit is ruled by, the Hermit rules Virgo. Virgo is a very analytical, logical earth sign. Okay, so for you, you're just completely turned off at the situation and you want to be completely done. The Emperor in reverse says, again, right, we have another card right here saying, I don't feel like there's any boundaries. I don't feel like there's any sort of separation between me and this person. I want separation, but it doesn't really feel like there's a lot of separation. I want to completely get away, but I feel like I can't. I feel like I can't completely create these walls and boundaries because we still share something together. The World card is all about interconnectedness, sharing, everything kind of making sense, everything sort of some way, shape or form being attached. So there's this like thing here where it's like, I don't want to be a part of this, but I still am somehow. That's what's getting severed for you. That's what the rest of 2020 is about you completely severing this part of your life and moving on to the next chapter. You see how he's looking past this wall right here that he's built up? He really wants to get out. He really wants to get back out there. He wants to get out there, but he's like, I can't move on. I can't move on yet. I'm still recuperating. You see how he's bandaged up? He's still recuperating. Yeah. Okay, let's check out you guys' oracle cards here, because you guys are done with this. This is not going to be a part of your life within the next couple months. This just isn't. The first card that we look at this. You guys see that? Change. The very first card that we have, change. Ooh, look at this. Pleasure. Pleasure. Pleasure is coming. Change and pleasure is coming. Is there any better combination than change and pleasure? I don't think so. The next two cards here are your soul journey cards. So this is kind of the journey that you're going to be on for the remainder of the year. We have here the card of pride. And it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Yeah. Yeah, like I was kind of talking about this King of Pentacles down here. Kind of like your esteem, the way that you see yourself, the way that you see yourself kind of being fucked with a little bit because of the simple fact of this situation still being attached to you somehow. And then can't make this up. Cannot make this up. This is a card of self-esteem. It says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, like I was talking about. Self-esteem. So that's the journey that you're on for the remainder of the year, is pride and self-esteem, reestablishing pride and self-esteem. These are your actually, let's do these first. So you guys actually ended up getting 4 of these astrological cards here. The very first one that we have, solar eclipse, revolution. Wow, solar eclipse, revolution. This feels like something for you that's been going on for so long, round and round with no one in sight. No end to it in sight. You're like, when the hell is this gonna be over? I'm sick of this. The next card that we have, look at that. Fire element, desire. You want out. You want out so bad. You want to be severed from this so bad. The next card that we have here, Neptune, sacrifice. What do I have to do to be free of this? I will give up anything. I will do anything. You just tell me what I have to do. What do I have to do? Who do I have to talk to? What do I have to do to be completely free of this? Look at that. Uranus genius, you guys. Uranus, the god of disruption. This is really quick, sudden change. You do not see this coming, pile 4. You don't see this coming, but it's coming for sure. The final 2 cards that we have here are your goddess cards. I wanted to pull some goddess cards to kind of see what sort of feminine energy was really going to be kind of guiding you and really not hosting you, but like guiding you and kind of following you for the remainder of the year. So it's kind of like your patron goddess for the remainder of the year. And the first one that we have here, look at this, Green Tower, salvation. I told you, you guys are going to get saved from this 10 of Swords right here. This is the card of resurrection, being saved, if it's in reverse, 10 of Swords. And the final card that we have here is Matisse. I think I'm saying that right. Wisdom. Beautiful card. So let's go ahead and start with change and pleasure. Both of these cards right here. Pile 4, this is relief, real relief, where it's like, I can breathe again. I'm finally done, or finally away, finally over it. Not only can I breathe again, but I can also experience pleasure again. I can also fall in love again, or try again, or put myself back out there again. I can finally get back to living and enjoying my life. I can finally move the hell on. As you can see in this pleasure card right here, there's like a little pathway. There's like these little stairs kind of leading you out, leading you away from this into somewhere that's just very beautiful. So this is a new chapter that's coming to you. By the end of 2020, you guys are going to be fully stepped into this next chapter. So it's like I can finally get back to enjoying my life instead of spending it suffering or hurting or trying to get away, but feeling like I'm on this attached leash to the situation. Real change and pleasure is coming to you, pile 4. I'm so excited for you guys because you guys fucking deserve this. Like, I can just tell from the cards here that you guys really do deserve this. You've really been waiting for this. You've been praying, asking for this. You've been working, trying to get away from this. You've really been doing everything that you can to get away from this. The Hermit card in reverse is also saying something to me. You've been doing a lot of self-reflection. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself to try and not be bothered by the situation. You have really tried to, you've been patient. You've been patient. You've been patient. You've been waiting. You've been obedient. You've done everything it is that you felt like you needed to do to really get away from the situation. And you're doing it in a way where it's like, it's respectable. There's a lot of pride in how you have handled the situation, even though the situation wasn't very kind to you. You guys really deserve this. Moving on here to self-esteem and pride. Like I mentioned earlier, this is taking a hit to your esteem or the way that you see yourself. So your esteem and pride, the way you feel about yourself, is being liberated. This is a lot of change. This is a lot of change seeping into how you feel about you. This is really amazing. You're going to feel so much better once this is truly in your rearview mirror instead of in your backseat of the car hitching a ride with you everywhere. You wanted to escape so badly, and Hermit in reverse is like, I can't even be fully left alone. I try to get away. I tried to escape. The Hermit is the old guy that goes off on his own. He takes a voyage on his own, and all he takes with him is a light, a little lantern. He doesn't need anything else. He's like, listen, I don't need anything else. I just want to get away. I want to find these answers on my own. So you have really taken a lot of hits to your pride, your self-esteem, to your ego. You've taken a lot of hits and you have weathered all of them with so much elegance and grace. Don't get it twisted. Virgo is an extremely elegant sign. Very elegant, very graceful, very poised, always poised and put together. So this is you saying, like, I'm trying to handle this the right way. This might also be why I got the message as well. Like, it's okay for you to not be okay with this. It's okay for you to handle this in a way where it's like, I'm upset, I'm hurt, I'm wounded. It's okay for you to accept that. But you have handled this with so much grace and poise. You're really trying to keep yourself together. You're trying to keep your faith intact, where it's like, I know I'm going to get out of this. I just have to be patient. I just got to stay focused. I just got to keep working. I just can't give in to this. You wanted to escape so badly. And this hermit is saying, I can't even fully be left alone. I have to watch them move on, or I have to share this car with them, or this house with them, or this whatever this is. These cards are confirming everything that kept you attached to this situation or individual is being separated, and you will be receiving your own, whatever that may be, a home, vehicle, job, business, your own group of friends, maybe, whatever this is. Moving on here to Green Tara and Matisse. Look at this salvation. You're being freed, liberated, saved from this because it was just dragging on you and your energy and your heart. And Matisse wisdom says you're going to emerge from this so much stronger, pile 4. Don't think that you're going to feel like this always. Don't think that you're never going to be able to get away from this. That's not true. This situation came to expand your wisdom and your awareness. We also have the Hermit card here too. So this is a great lesson that you are learning, and that's why it is dragged on for so long. But it is about to run its course, and it's about to free you. This lesson is about to free you. That's powerful right there. Moving on here to solar eclipse revolution, fire element desire, Neptune sacrifice, Uranus genius. You're expecting this issue to keep revolving round and round and round because you've been entrenched in this for so long. It's hard for you to see a way out. You see how the sun is blocked by this eclipse here in the solar eclipse revolution card? You cannot see a way out, but you want it so badly with this fire element desire card. And you yourself as well may be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or have a lot of that energy in your chart. You may even be a Pisces because we have Neptune here, or an Aquarius because we have Uranus here. I think Neptune also rules Sagittarius. So yeah, you could, but we already covered that. You could definitely be a Sagittarius. And if you're dealing with the person, this person may be a Virgo because we have this Hermit card here. And this Hermit card is kind of been like the glue to this whole pile here, this whole reading, or they may have a lot of that energy in their chart. But you definitely want out. Neptune is saying two things. One, you're willing to give whatever it takes to relieve yourself of this. And two, you are in the final stage of this issue. Any day now, you are coming out of this fully separated because Neptune rules Pisces and the 12th house. 12th house is the final house of the zodiac before being reborn or resurrected again, like we were talking about with the Ten of Swords in reverse. God, this is all coming together. And Uranus genius is saying, you do not see this coming, but very soon the solution or way out is going to crash into your life so fast, it'll almost be explosive. Yeah, and we also have these fire cards here. So, and I know it hurts right now, pile 4. Or it's just like unbearable not being able to pick up and go, not being able to have your own freedom, but it is coming back to you. Your liberation is coming in with a vengeance, and it will stun you. It is coming in to free you of this because this will be out of nowhere. So Uranus is the god of disruption, chaos, radical change, and we have the change card here as well. I forgot about. You guys, you got something. This is coming in so fast, but you guys deserve this. You deserve this. All right, let me just flip one final card from the Netra set because I feel like she deserves to close out these readings today. So let's see what she has to say to you. Give me a second. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, and that flipped over. Okay. Ooh, you guys see that? Truths unveiled. The revelation of Isis. Like I said, some of you guys, you dealt with some sort of realization of something. Somebody showed you their true colors, or they betrayed you, or they, you realized something like that. And then we have here the Knot of Isis, energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. Okay, so let me grab the book and read these two cards. Let's see, underneath the deck, what do you guys have? We got Flower of Life, divine creativity and manifestation. You guys are coming out of this. I'm excited for you guys, man. All right, let me get the book here. Each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint with particular skills, talents, and higher destinies unfolding that use their unique attributes. Part of your spiritual blueprint is a special relationship to the energies of the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to her, to the Netereset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. Okay, so this card here says, there are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. See, you realize something about someone. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you, when you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you. You may think there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. It is wise to trust your inner feeling rather than being convinced by outward appearance. There is a situation in your life, especially involving relationships, where something is not as it is being made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Isis guides you to truth and revelation now. Which, yeah, like I said, I believe that for very many of you, this has already happened. This is something that's just recently happened, is where you have this great revelation, this great awareness, this great awakening to someone or someone's something or someone's truth. And you're kind of dealing with that now. You're kind of grasping with it now. Okay, and then the final card that we have here for my pile fours, it's Flower of Life, and it says you are entering a fertile period of your life. Exactly. Focus on your innate creativity and how potent this is becoming, and watch it rapidly grow. You are guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest, and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist change. Instead, flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. You guys are coming out of this. This is not going to be an issue for you for long. Not you, pile 4. You're coming out of this. It's time. Okay, so this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 4s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. And until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys.